Hello everyone, thanks for joining us here on Horizon. Well, after decades of decline, America's downtowns are once again attracting new residents. According to new census data, metropolitan areas in some of our largest cities grew at double-digit rates this past decade. A trend we're seeing right here in Oklahoma. In downtown Oklahoma City, an influx of young professionals and empty nesters are changing what was once solely a business district into a neighborhood. For Dustin Akers, his boots are made for walking to his job in downtown Oklahoma City.
I really love urban areas and downtowns of the city, so I really wanted to be able to walk to work and be able to walk to everything I need downtown.
A recent transplant from South Carolina, Dustin is part of a growing trend in Oklahoma, young professionals trading in their daily commute for downtown living.
Well, in the last 10 or 12 years, there's been an explosion of downtown housing.
Bill Udy is with Oklahoma City's Urban Renewal Authority and says downtown amenities are attracting an increasingly diverse population.
I think that young people want it because it's a hip location. Downtown's happening now because of the Oklahoma City Thunder and because of all of the improvements downtown, because of Bricktown and because of all of the entertainment and cultural benefits of living downtown. And then you'll find that other people, maybe a little bit older, want to live here because this is where they work. There are a lot of high concentration of professional employment, doctors, attorneys, other types of business people who work downtown, and it's just convenient to live near work, particularly with gasoline being very expensive and no yard work. Busy professionals have a limited amount of time to mow grass and that sort of thing.
And it was the demands of his job that first attracted Marco Paliota to downtown Oklahoma City. Pediatric cardiac surgeon Dr. Paliota lives just blocks from his job at the Children's Hospital at the OU Medical Center.
Day starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it can end anyone's guess. It could be 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It depends on the difficulty of the surgeries, on how the kids are doing in the ICU.
So living nearby is a convenience that often turns into a necessity.
I'm fortunate that Oklahoma City offers some downtown living, and so that I'm literally 5 minutes away from the hospital, and I can go back if I have to for some emergency or urgency or something like that.
And while it is their job that first brought both gentlemen downtown, it is an overall lifestyle that has kept them there.
Every Thursday night, the Art Museum has cocktails on the skyline. They have a band on the roof, and it's a block away, so I can just walk over there, have a couple drinks with my friends, wind down after work for the day, and be able to walk home.
There's the museum that I like to go to. There's the Civic Center that has good shows, and the Philharmonic and things like that. There's Shakespeare in the Park, which is always a fun thing to do on a Sunday. There's good restaurants downtown, and those are easy to walk to from here. And that's what I like to do in a city, just kind of be able to walk to where I want to go.
In the past 5 years, more than 1,000 new residences have opened in Oklahoma City, from the upscale City Place Tower to more moderately priced apartments.
This is the site where they had several developments. One of them was the brownstones at Maywood Park.
And with another 500 housing units in the works, downtown housing is a trend that Udy says shows no signs of slowing down.
We're finding that people want to retire downtown because it's right between the University Medical Center and the St. Anthony's Hospital. Just an enormous amount of cultural things and fun things to do downtown for a retired person.
Now, whether young or old, you can't really live on entertainment alone. In fact, to a person, everyone we talked to in downtown said while they really enjoyed living here, there was still one thing missing, until now, a grocery store. So it looks like you guys are about ready to open.
Yeah, we're getting this close.
Matt Runkle and his wife Sarah Kaplan are the owners of the newly opened Native Roots grocery store in downtown Oklahoma City.
There's about 1,000 apartments in the immediate 2-block radius, which for Oklahoma is about as dense as you can get.
Which should supply plenty of foot traffic for this store that first gained popularity in Norman.
This is actual population density. It does work for something like what we're doing, where you can have thousands of people living in a quarter-mile, half-mile radius. And we're slowly getting there. There's more apartments coming up, more hotel rooms, all of that. But that is actual bodies that can walk here or drive here in just a few minutes. And that's a convenience factor. So being on this particular corner puts us right smack in the middle of Deep Deuce, right in the heart of where all of this is sort of beginning to grow and the new apartment complexes are coming.
With a unique blend of staples like frozen foods and fresh vegetables, Native Roots also caters to higher-end demands like fresh mixed spices and made-in-Oklahoma products.
Our job is food, and our job is food with extremely high customer service. And that basically means that you have to be in the facility or near it at all times and on call at all times.
Which is why Matt and his family don't just work here, but live here as well, literally right above the grocery store.
You know, we're not really big into commuting. We have a little one, and we like to be nearby, so when I can take a break and run upstairs and hang out with my child, that's really cool.
And if successful, just the latest gathering place for an area that's trying to become just as much a neighborhood as it is a business district.
In an urban community, you sometimes lack the ability to come across your neighbors on a consistent basis, say like when you're mowing your yard or gardening and you talk to the person next door. Well, there's nothing like that when you live in an apartment and you're in a series of apartments and everyone lives vertically, basically. So coming to the corner market 2 or 3 times a week, you begin to run into those people and it builds that sense of community and you have conversations with the guy from across the hall.
The downtown community is a really strong community. You kind of know everybody. You wave to them as you walk down the street and you run into them at the same places. So it's a great opportunity to meet new people and forge friendships that you may not have the opportunity to in the suburbs.
Because rather than being stuck inside a car going to and from work, residents here say they have the time to enjoy the simpler things of life, like getting home early and cooking dinner, while many of your friends are still sitting in traffic.
I think I'm lucky. You know, Oklahoma City has grown in the past years, and at 5 o'clock, if you get on the 235 going north, you're going to hit some traffic and probably be sitting there for a good 20 minutes. And I live here. Whether there's traffic or not, it takes me 5 minutes to get home and 5 minutes to go back to work. So I feel good about that.
Now, most real estate developers will tell you that for any neighborhood to take off, good schools come first, followed by good houses, and then retail. And while Oklahoma City may have got the houses before the schools, a new elementary is in the works, which could make the area even more attractive to families with children. When we return, we head to my hometown to take a look at how downtown living is going in rural Oklahoma.